Introducing the brand new 2023 Mahle x20 powered Orbea Gain M Series. These absolutely stunning bikes have had a huge revamp. I will be covering all the major changes in these premium machines, and based on my recent trip to the Orbea factory in Mahle, Spain, I will share my views on the new aspects of these latest models. I own a 2021 Orbea Gain M20i, so it was quite easy to notice the differences between my bike and these 2023 models. The differences are many and some quite stark. Some of the changes are as follows. Starting with the frame, the center of gravity has been lowered, the frame length has been shortened. This gives the bike a stiffer and sharper feel. As you can see in the photo on screen, all carbon M Series bikes are able to have customized unique painted frames using Orbea's Mahle frame design system. This system is only available to carbon bikes and is not offered to D Series customers. Next, we get to the cockpit and handlebar area, where the changes are many. Starting for all models across the M Series range, the introduction of the new Mahle assistance changing buttons on the top of the handlebars. I'm really not a fan of the look of these, especially the awful wire showing, which I feel could be more neatly dealt with. I mentioned this to Joseba Arizoga, road product manager for Orbea, during our media presentation last week. He admitted that they were not too happy with the look either, and it was a work in progress to improve them in the future. He also told me that these will hopefully be available in the future as an upgrade for older models of Gain, which is nice. Then on the Di2 models, there are the new wireless levers, which have their own internal batteries and send Bluetooth signals to TH front and rear derailleurs. They also have the usual secret buttons on top of the hoods for using as you choose. You can use them to change gear, turn smart lights on and off, or even change the page on your head unit. Next, we come to the integrated front light and head unit bracket. This is an area of huge problems for most current Gain owners. These have failed to be robust enough to hold a gum-in head unit, and many users have had them snap. The wiring connection is also really poor, given that these are high-end expensive bikes. I am sad to report that nothing has been changed on these. I did also bring this up with Joseba, and he admitted that it was an area of development and they are looking at trying a stronger mount similar to the one on the Orca, but with the integrated light. I found this very disappointing, as this has been a problem for about 2 years. But that said, he seemed genuine, so hopefully something will change soon. I could not help noticing that even in the press photo here, the light has no wires connected. How bizarre! I don't understand why it was not addressed when it is clearly a bad enough problem to leave out of the photos. Very odd. I must quickly mention though, on my ride I got to use the assistance buttons, and despite not liking the look of them, they are a fantastic addition to the ease of your ride. You can shift up assistance modes on one side and down modes on the other, which is much easier than scrolling through all modes on the iWalk button to find the right one. I found myself changing modes even after just a few seconds use, which will ultimately help with more efficient use of the battery, which can only be a good thing. Just a quick back reference to the wireless levers. The bikes fitted with the brand new 105 Di2 group sets will not have the secret buttons in the hoods, but apart from that, 105 Di2 has everything the same as Ultegra, other than the front derailleur, which is the same design as the old Ultegra and Dura Ace. Up next is the totally lovely new design of iWalk button. I think it looks really nice, and the LED lights are much easier to see when riding. Joseba told me that there were potentially lots of future options of use for this product, but did not say what. The light sequence is different now also. Green is still green for the lowest assistance setting. Then it is amber, the same as before. But then the light goes purple for the highest assistance mode, rather than the red we are all used to. My favorite nice little touch is next. There is now a rubber cover over the recessed stem bolt, which has always been a dirt collector. This is a great addition. And it looks really nice. Now we come to the all-important and much-anticipated Mahle x20 rear hub motor. For those of you who may not know, this is a brand new smaller, less powerful motor than its sister model the x35. First though, let's talk about how it is connected. New this year is a brand new system, so there is now a magnetic power connector instead of the old plug and cable system. The main advantage of this is that there is a more conventional through-axle system in the rear hub. This means that now when you remove the through-axle there is no more need for a massive Allen key. Then the wheel just drops out like a normal bike. A brilliant improvement. I will come back to the motor in a minute. Whilst we are on this side and end of the bike, let us take a quick glance at the new wireless Di2 derailleur. Another big change here is the magnetic charge port at the back. The magnetic port and cable is a fantastic change, but I really don't like it there where all the dirt gets. Anyway, you charge it there and that charges both the front and rear derailleurs. And the battery for those is in the seat post as before. Then the communication to the levers is wireless and the levers have normal watch-type batteries in them. Next on this arm of the bike we need to cover the range extender. These are new modular plug-in batteries that give you an extra 171 watt-hours at the weight cost of 1.1 kilograms and an improved range, or about 20%. This is where I get a little confused because the only bikes that these fit are the M models. This system is not interchangeable to older or current models of any range. Neither are any of the internal batteries. So if you were hoping to upgrade your older model to a 360Wh battery, I'm afraid it is not possible. The M20i that I tried had a 360Wh battery which was 100% charged when we left and it was reading 108 kilometers of range. I used it minimally in the green mode on the first half of the 70k ride. And used it in amber mode too, quite a bit on the second half of the ride. By the time we got back to the Orbea factory my bike was reading 39 kilometers remaining. We had done 400 feet or 1,200 meters of climbing. Compared to my 2021 M20i when it was new, I got 42 miles showing when full, so this is roughly an increase in range of approximately 25 miles or 40 kilometers. Pretty impressive, I think. Okay, so this is the bit when I try to explain what they have done with the power. I was very privileged to have been able to speak to Joseba Arizoga for such a very long time. He is the man behind developing and designing all of our bikes. He explained to me that the reason they use Mahle hub motors is because Orbea insist on a system that they can tune and program themselves. The result of this is the Gain will have a feel of its own. So even if another bike manufacturer uses the motors, it will not ride or feel the same as a Gain. When I rode this bike, the main change was green mode, or level 1. This is the setting that has been changed the most. I have to say I was absolutely amazed. Having been a little skeptical of any changes at first, mainly because I had not turned it on. When we approached a hill the bike felt fairly normal, but as the hill progressed in steepness it almost felt like the bike was willing me to try a bit harder. It is a very strange feeling, but when you push a bit more the power comes in. For those worried that this might not suit those who are not that physically fit, I would say that it takes a little getting used to, but it is really great fun. We stopped for lunch at about halfway and had a big mountain of pinchos, Basque country tapas. This was the undoing of me, and I spent most of the return home in the amber setting. All of the numbers do not really do the bike justice. But I would genuinely say it felt more powerful than my bike. So much so I rarely used the purple level. I can only suggest that it is a combination of improved motor mapping and improvements generally that made me want to just keep riding. I know they are very expensive, but make no mistake, this is an awesome machine.